You guys want to see my video?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're dispersed camping out in Lee Canyon, and the theme of the night is football. Today marks the first day of the NFL regular season, and to celebrate kickoff, we're going to be making some of our favorite game day snacks out here at camp. So we've been at camp for a little bit now, just getting everything set up and ready to roll. The reason why I chose this area is because I remember there being some signal out here, because I was planning on streaming the first game of the season, which is the Ravens and the Chiefs. Oh, gosh, there's a ton of flies out here. But for some reason, like, the signal has not been great. I'm maybe getting 1 bar. Not a lot of good cell service out here as you get further into the mountain on Mount Charleston. And I needed to get further up into the mountains because otherwise it'd be super miserable down in the lower elevation area. So it's kind of like a mixture of comfort and hopefully accessibility to the game. The game has already started, so I'm gonna try and get it going here in a second, but I figured I'd get the rest of camp set up first, get that finished up, and then we'll try and stream it here. We'll see though. I've been kind of going between 1 bar to 2 bars. Times like this, I really wish I had some Starlink, which would be super convenient right now. I'm just not out in the, in the middle of nowhere where there's no signal that often to really justify paying $150 a month for Starlink that I'm gonna use like maybe once or twice a month. I joined my first NFL draft this season, so I've been getting a crash course in everything football for the last couple weeks. I'm playing in an amateur league with a bunch of friends from Alaska. I'm in it to win it. There's some money on the line, so I've been doing a ton of research, and we did our draft last week. I was a pretty casual football watcher. Obviously I'll watch the Super Bowl, I'll watch the game if it's sitting out, when I'm at a bar. But for the most part, I'm not like, planning my weeks around certain game days. But now that I'm paying attention to certain teams and stuff, especially the teams that are on my fantasy team, I'll definitely be watching a lot more football this season. But here's our campsite for the night. We've got an awesome, awesome view. The sun is setting. Got everything set up here. I brought a little bit more gear just to make it comfortable and cozy since we are going to be watching the game, or at least trying to. Let me see here. Oh, see, yep, I'm back to an SOS signal. Unfortunately, it's like a satellite, keeps coming in and out. So we'll see. We'll see if I actually end up watching the game. Excuse me. Let me get my skeeter stuff out. A lot of bugs out here. Still a little bit hot, so they're coming in full force. A couple of you guys been asking what I've been holding the Ignic fire pit in with the propane, and it's actually just one of these cheap Instacrates from Costco. This was like 10 bucks or something, but the Ignik fire pit and the 20-pound tank fit in here perfectly, and so it works really well to transport around and just carry into the truck. So the theme of this video today is good old American football. And the best part of football in the NFL season is the game day snacks. So today we are making some of my favorite game day appetizers and snacks powered by the Jackery 1000 Plus and the Ender 3 3D printer. With a capacity of 1,260 watt hours and an output of 2,000 watts, this power bank can support pretty much every device you can think of, from air fryers to 3D printing big utensil holders to help me organize the camp box better, to pretty much anything you can think of. The Jackery can be fully charged in under 2 hours using the solar panel, durable for those rough roads to get to camp, really quiet and lightweight to move it around anywhere you need it at camp. You can even expand the battery for additional capacity by adding Jackery's battery pack. With the Jackery 1000 Plus, we also have the Solar Saga 100 watt solar panel to keep us powered up longer at camp. Lightweight, portable, easy to use. This panel is designed to last long out on the road. It's also waterproof, which is great peace of mind when you're out at camp and sometimes weather likes to sneak up on you. And along with the Jackery 1000 Plus, I was also fortunate enough to receive the Creality Ender 3 V3 Pro Plus 3D printer. I've never had a 3D printer before, but I'm really stoked to try it out. A couple things in mind that I'm really hoping to create are maybe some camp kitchen organization items. The Ender 3 V3 Plus is a high-speed, high-precision 3D printer with a huge build volume, making it ideal for a wide range of creative projects. The possibilities are endless with this thing, so I'm super stoked to see what we can do with it. With how fast the Jackery can charge up and how quick the Ender 3 is to print, you can get 3D prints out quick and easy. Let me just show you guys a couple things that I've already made, and it's been really fun, to be honest. I've been having a blast with this thing, so let me show you. A couple things I've already made. So I made a little cup holder thing, which I'm hoping actually will work well to like hold stuff off to the side. I need to figure out how to make this little edge a little bit thinner so it'll sit properly. And then I also made a little phone holder. Editing Caden here, I just realized that some of the footage I took at camp when I was going over some of the 3D printed items that I've already created, unfortunately didn't capture this. So I ended up doing some reorganization in the camp kitchen. It looks like crap because I haven't reorganized it since, but essentially that big plastic thing that I printed, I ended up 3D printing a new utensil holder for the camp kitchen. This is it. So that's what that big white 3D print was to go in the camp kitchen here and hold all of our utensils. The spatula in here and just kind of help organize things a little bit more, even though it doesn't look very organized right now. I kind of relatively know where everything is, but yeah, so this thing's been holding up quite well. And it's relatively large too, which is cool. It was cool to see the 3D printer create. Back to the video. It also came with the solar panel connections and everything for the Jackery, which is great. And it also came with DC plugs, so you can charge this while you drive, which is awesome. When I had my Goal Zero, I had to go buy this plug separately so I could charge it while we drive. And then the solar panel, I'll get this plugged in for the morning so that we can top off in the morning and make breakfast and whatnot. But since we are using the Jackery tonight, we're going to be making dinner with it. All right, guys, we're going to try out this 3D printed bottle opener that I printed out the other day. Since it is fall time, figured I'd try some Samuel Adams. It's been a while since I've had this beer, actually, so I needed something with an actual top on it, or bottle cap, I mean, to properly try this out. Oh, I broke it. Womp womp. All right, so the print that I used for this though was at least, I think, 2/3 bigger than this size. I scaled it down, so I blame that. So I'm gonna reprint this and let you guys know, but I just broke it because I think it's just not strong enough. It's not big enough to be able to support that. Let me see if I can. Nope. Bottle opener it is. Found my Skeletool. Always handy. These Sam Adams bottles are not a easy twist. Cheers, y'all. Oktoberfest beer. Hearty and smooth. 5.3% alcohol. 16 IBUs. Not bad though. It is quite smooth. This is going to be perfect for my beer cheese later, which I'm stoked about. Comment down below though if you guys are football fans. Comment down below what your team is. Growing up in Alaska, we never had any professional sports. We had like a B League hockey team, but that was about it. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little nasally today. I have a cold, or I'm getting over a cold. But since Alaska never had a professional team, and now that we live in Vegas, obviously we gotta rep the home team. Comment Raiders down below if you guys are fellow Raiders fans. I know y'all, a couple of you guys have messaged me on Instagram saying that you guys are Raiders fans, which is awesome. I actually went and watched one of their preseason games about 2 weeks ago. They were going against the 49ers, and it was an awesome game. It was a lot of fun to go check out. We also got to go test out their $20,000 tailgate party trailers that they have. Unlimited drinks, unlimited food. Shout out to Rick and Christina, their season pass holders, and the stadium or the team called them and asked them if they wanted to try it out. So they brought me, Carly, and our friend Dottie over with us as well to go test this thing out, and it was awesome. Not a lot of people know about it yet though, and I think with the steep price, that's probably why I don't see myself ever paying $20,000 for all you can eat food and drink prior to a game, because they kick you out like an hour before the game too, and I think you can only have it for like 3 hours. So there's just nothing free or unlimited for $20,000 of food and drink that I would ever have to justify that payment. But you know, it's for those ballers out there in Vegas. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Since this is my first fantasy draft too, I'm going to be paying attention to football a little bit more. So I'm just stoked. I'm really bummed that I literally came into this spot specifically to go find signal, and I have barely any signal, and the signal that I am getting is not good enough to stream the game, which is the whole point of me coming out here. and filming this, but you know, it's all good. We'll still have our NFL game day snacks, of course, because we need to eat tonight, and we'll just be hanging out. These skeeters are going wild, so we're gonna go get a coil going and also refill our little Thermacell mosquito repellent. Skeeters be everywhere. Oh man, look at this sunset. Gorgeous. And before it gets dark, let's start getting food ready. And let's start getting these game day appetizers going. oyster sauce. Alright guys, so tonight we're making 3 things. Number 1, you cannot have game day without some wings. So we got these garlic butter dry rub wings, which we're going to use the air fryer to cook up. We're going to get those started first. And then we are going to make some beer cheese with some pretzels over here. Oh my gosh. This is like so pressurized right now, but we got some Hawaiian bite pretzels with our beer cheese, and then we're going to be making some pizza pigs in a blanket. So let's get going. I'm going to get the air fryer warmed up first. We're going to do the pigs in a blanket in the air fryer after the wings are done, and because we got to do some assembly for these first. But before we get started, let's check the Jackery battery here. We're at 100%. Plug in the air fryer. Turn that on. Get the air fryer set at 400 degrees, which it is already. There we go. Something that I really like about this Jackery as well is that this handle folds down so that you can put stuff flat on it. Fits perfectly behind the seat, just enough space to plug stuff in. But this is a beast, so in comparison to our Blue Eddy AC73, it is a little bit bigger. So just FYI, it does fit back here where I normally put batteries, but it's definitely tighter. So this is by Better Goods. We had a couple of these at home and they were actually really good. So I'll make a couple of these. All warmed up. Spray this off. Just gonna do a couple wings here because it's just me and I'm eating all this, so we're not gonna make too much. All right, so we're gonna put this in for about 10 minutes. I have 2 bars. I'm trying to load my NFL app. Ugh, I don't think it's gonna load. Let me see if I can't pull up the score though, just to see what's going on. Phone stand that I 3D printed earlier is working really well. Darn. Time for Starlink. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get the pizza pigs in a blanket going. I'm reading the instructions for this and it says this should actually be in rectangles. So I'm going to split these up into squares. I'm just going to make 4 of these. Put this other one back together since I kind of ripped it apart. It's all right. Okay. Push this back together. All right. First thing we're going to do is throw some mozzarella sauce on there. Red pepper flakes on top. Give it a little spice. Throw some mozzarella on top. Throw on some pepperoni. Two on each one. A little smoky on top. Just a single. I don't know how I'm going to wrap this. This is going to be a little challenging, but we'll see. Oh, here we go. This one's a little bit more put together, you know. Oh, this might turn into a huge mess. We'll see. All right, let's see how these wings are looking. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna flip these. Overhead lighting here, perfect. Yeah, so these ready lights, I can just kind of stick them anywhere, and there's a bunch of different light options. So if I need something overhead like this, the ready lights, just my all-in-one camp light, you know. Oh yeah, these look so good. I just need to toss them. Oh yeah, perfectly crispy here. I'm gonna give them like another minute. We're gonna get the beer cheese going now. For the beer cheese is I'm gonna cook it over the Ignic fire pit with a grill underneath it, so I can just put the pan right over the fire pit. Use the Scotty grill. I might just do this instead. Use my little folding stove. But I think to get it going, I'm gonna use this first. So let me grab the Scotty here. All I need is a grill plate. I'm just gonna use this. Measuring items here. For the beer cheese, we're gonna go melt 2 tablespoons of butter and flour, which I already pre-measured some flour here. So let's get this butter melted. Butter's already partially melted here. Give that a minute. These are done. Oh yeah, perfectly crispy. Listen to that. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, we're gonna spray down the tops of these guys. Also gonna put some spray on their bottom as well. Just make sure they don't stick. All right, this might be a humongo mess. So we'll see. Okay, so I think this needs to be at like 350. And we'll just put them in for about 10 minutes and check them. Butter is melted. We got the pizza pigs in a blanket in the air fryer. 3 tablespoons of flour, which I think this might be a little bit more than 3 tablespoons. Essentially whisk this together until it's all clumpy. All right, now we got to add 3/4 cup of some milk. Sit down here. Just gotta slowly whisk this in. And we're just gonna thicken this up. Oh my gosh. It is getting windy, y'all. I really should add like a whisk to the camp jar. Just using like one of those long spoons, you know. Keep it moving. Actually, I think this is the consistency I'm looking for. It says it's going to get a little chunky. So, I'm going to add the rest of the milk here. So 2/3 cup in total of milk. This might be entirely too much cheese dip for myself, but I'll take it home tomorrow and hopefully it'll reheat okay. So I'm going to pour the rest of the ingredients on here. So I need to put in 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. That's good. Smoked paprika. Dijon mustard. Oh no! Making a mess. 2/3 cup of beer, which I think is good. And then we need our cheese, so 2.5 cups of cheese. Mix this all up first. Probably measure this cheese, but gonna be all right. Eyeball it. 2.5. Yeah, I think that's good. Mix all this up together. All right, just gotta let this melt. Lid on this thing. This Dijon exploded. Milk away, Worcestershire away. Oh, there we go. Those are definitely done. Nice and crispy. Not bad at all. Just waiting for our beer cheese. What I'll probably do too is get some of these pretzels warmed up in here. The bottoms are a little bit not fully cooked yet. They might need just another 2 minutes, which is fine, so we can let the beer cheese cook up. Transfer the beer cheese over here, because it's definitely getting hot. And this flame will be a little bit warmer for it to just sit. Might be like a fondue kind of night. I just had a taste of the beer cheese. Super good. Let's get some of these toasted up. Much better. A little burnt, but not too bad for our pizza pigs in a blanket. Nice and warm. Jackery is handling probably 30-40 minutes of using the air fryer. We're at 69%. This will recharge using the solar panels tomorrow in like 2 hours. So very, very quick. Let's check on the beer cheese here. Wow, that beer cheese, super good. I'm definitely gonna try this recipe again because it's like perfect. Windy out right now. I'm kind of surprised. This is ridiculous. Pizza, pigs in a blanket. Delicious. I have no words. Close that up. Wow. Pigs in a blanket is Carly's favorite. She was supposed to be with me for this camp trip, but unfortunately she had to work tomorrow, so. Alright, this is gonna be absolutely ridiculous. With the beer cheese. Ow. But delicious. I think I'm only going to be able to eat like maybe one more of these pigs in a blanket. Save the rest of them for tomorrow. Yep. Had to put that out. It's cooking the cheese like crazy. 2 out of 3, good so far. Let's try this chicken. I've already had this chicken, so I know it's good. Yep. Delicious. Wings are probably my favorite game day food at the very top. Comment down below what's your guys' favorite game day food. Wings in an air fryer though, the best combination. This beer cheese is probably my next favorite on this list though. It's just like that perfect consistency with that flour and the butter that I put together earlier. Like it's like the perfect thickness. I'm getting pretty full though, so I think I'm gonna save the rest of this. Since it is getting a little bit windy, I'll probably put the awning up, to be honest, because I don't want it to like flap around or listen to it at night. I just don't want to worry about it, and that'll save me some time in the morning. I don't gotta put it back down. Because it's getting windy. It feels really good though, because it was a little bit hot earlier. Not too bad though. I think it was like in the maybe high 80s. I think we're just gonna chill out, hang by the fire for a little bit. Oh man, such a bummer that the streaming the game out here didn't work out. I was really looking forward to that first game of the year. Let me see if I can even look up the score. I got 1 bar now. Nothing. So I'll find out the score tomorrow, I guess. If you guys are following me on Instagram, I ended up tweaking my back the other day. And then right after that, I ended up getting sick, which sucks. So that's kind of what I'm I don't know, I'm just tired right now, you know? So I think we're gonna brush our teeth and jump into bed. My 3D printed stand is coming in handy. Thank you to Jackery and Creality for sponsoring this video. Good morning, y'all. Having some breakfast. Made a mini little quiche here. It's like a, I don't know what flavor this is. It's a classic Lorraine quiche. Seems pretty simple. Just the crust and some egg. I don't think has anything else in there. I think there's maybe a little like bacon bits. Pretty good though. Air fryers at camp. Ridiculous. Look at this. It's like perfectly crisp. So good. The Jackery is doing really well. Set up the solar panel. Got it charging here. So from all of our cooking yesterday, we're at 55%, including this morning. We're getting about 78 watts of input. So, not bad at all. I really like how the solar panels are like thin. Sorry, I'm a little bit nasalied up. But I really like how compact the solar panels are. That's really convenient because my other solar panel that I had for the Goal Zero was giant and it was heavy, and I had to buy like a bunch of different stuff for it, like a longer cable. I had to buy the cable for it because for some reason the adapter that it came with like didn't work on my particular Goal Zero, so I had to get something else, or I don't know, there just was a lot of issues. So this is cool because the Jackery itself came with all of the connections you need if you bought a solar panel. So if you bought the solar panel, the Jackery already had everything that you need. You didn't have to buy an extra cord or anything like that. So this is nice though. It's a pretty big battery though. I think this would be perfect in like a truck camper or like a van or something. Quiche is pretty good. I got this at like the deli section, like where you get like your fresh bread and stuff, and like hot deli or cold deli. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it's like the fresh area. Last night we slept decently. I kept getting woken up. The wind was like ripping in the middle of the night. So all my flaps that I had open, because we left a couple flaps open for some ventilation, just to cool it off in there. All those flaps just started going. Even when the flaps are closed, when there's like really good wind, it just like, you can hear like the fabric just kind of flapping against each other. So it wasn't great. It was okay. I was also slightly off. I thought I was more level than I was, but I was just slightly off, so you could feel it as you're laying back, that you're kind of like, you know, wanting to roll to the side. So that wasn't pleasant. But overall, it was a good nap. I still have like zero signal. I get like 1 or 2 bars, but then nothing loads. It's like a sad satellite is coming by, but gives you nothing. So when I get back into civilization and some signal, I'm gonna have to look up the game and see what the score is. Yesterday, I think my favorite was definitely the beer cheese consistency, and it was just super good. Followed by the wings, and then followed by the pigs in a blanket. I feel like the pigs in a blanket needed to be a little bit more crisp. It was good, but the bottom of them needed to be a little bit more crisp, which I think if I had warmed up the air fryer a little bit more, the bottoms would have crisped up a little bit more. But I did like the flavor of it, like a pizza hot dog type of thing. So that was pretty good. So comment down below what's your guys' favorite, like, you know, football snacks. What would you always go for at like the Super Bowl party, you know? Chips and dip. I love me a good cheese dip. I've been playing around with a 3D printer for the last few days, and I'm really stoked about it. There's a lot of like free templates and stuff that you can use to print out. I might teach myself some CAD so I can maybe design my own stuff. I'm really thinking about making a couple things for the GFC, maybe some hooks, some grab handles, you know, for like some of these other panels. You can truly make anything you want, you know, and there's a ton of like free 3D things that you can get prints for online. So you can just type anything you want, like kitchen organization, for example, and then you get a ton of different, you know, STLs for them. And I've been using that attached to the Jackery at home because I'm running out of plugs in my wall, and the Jackery's been handling it like a champ. But it's been fun to play around with. It's been a while since I've, you know, played around with something new like that, and so it's exciting. I like it. It's fun to just, you know, create something out of nothing. I really think I'm going to do a little bit more with like the camp kitchen organization, the utensil holder yesterday. I might do something more like that for like maybe the spices. I want something better for the spices to like hold everything, and maybe some organization inside our dry food storage tote. So I got a couple ideas, but we'll see. And I'll show you guys, you know, as I play around with this and start reorganizing a couple things, I'll show you guys what I come up with. And if you guys have any suggestions or things to make with it, let me know. We were messing around and made a bat cat mask, which is hilarious. Our cats didn't think it was hilarious, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna finish this up, drink my coffee, hang out in some nice weather for a little bit, and then we'll get packed up. So let's go. Also, for those who have watched all the way to the end, if you guys are interested in this particular campsite, I will leave coordinates right here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.